Good morning everybody, and welcome back to another fossil hunting video on my YouTube channel. Today I've come to Port Mulgrave, which is a beach near Brunswick to the left side of it. Since I last came here, there's been quite a few improvements to the way down. Usually what I do is go from Brunswick. It's a lot more convenient for me because I come from that way and it gives me plenty of time to search two different beaches, but today the tide is a little bit later, so I decided to park here and show you the new way down. I had a little bit of a disaster yesterday on the beach at Horsker Bottoms. Unfortunately, the little bit what clips onto my mic, it's like a little magnet what just holds it in place, fell off. My jumper must have been a little bit too thick, and typically the mic fell off and it went into a rock pool, fully submerged underwater for about 5 seconds, and it's now completely broken. So I've had to buy another £90 microphone. So today's video will just be with the camera microphone, so please excuse any wind noise or anything you might get. But on the next videos it'll be back to normal. There's a kestrel over there.
That's the only good thing I got there.
Right, we're nearly down at the bottom now. There's just a few more steps which they need to finish, but they've done a really good job and it's a lot easier to get down now. And there we go, we're on the beach at Port Mulgrave. What I'll do is look to the left side first, and then I'll have a scout around this bit. It looks quite sandy, but it's worth a look while I'm here. So at Port Mulgrave there's all these old fishermen sheds or fishermen huts. Most of the huts look quite abandoned, but I'm sure there's a few of them where people use them for either storage or, you know, anything really. Well, there's plenty of material scattered around on the left hand side of Port Mulgrave. Lots of shale which is banked up over there. But I did just spot my very first fossil. So let's take a look. And it looks like a Dactylosaurus. And there it is. Hopefully find a bit more complete ones. You can see another nice little middle. If I find a few of these today I'll be happy, and I'd call that a successful day. So this is my third day filming, and would you look at that, it looks like another little nodule. Yep, and a very eroded Dactylosaurus inside that one, I think. You can see the keel. But they do split well, so they are always worth taking back. The tide is just going out. There'll be a few hours yet though. So I've just found a big part of a Phylloceros Ammonite, so I'm going to give it a tap and see if it's even worth taking. It's very sea-worn. So unfortunately we've got the wrong part. It's worn away just where the middle was, which is a really shame. That could have been nice. Oh well. So there's a few very eroded Eleganticeros sticking out of this rock. There's a few keels all over. That might even be worth a tap. Oh, nice. Look at that. It looks to be packed full of them. Just get you in a bit of water to highlight the detail. Definitely worthy of taking that one back home. So there'll be quite a few more under that rock as well. Very nice. And a few more bits just peeled off, revealing this one under here. Could even be the find of the day, unless there's more to come. Remember everyone, if you'd like to purchase your very own fossil from the Yorkshire coast, please check out my website called buyafossil.com. There's loads of beautiful prepared fossils available. There's also some unprepared ones. Please take a look if you are interested. Thank you. Switching you on, I can see a DAC under here. I assume it'll be one which has been busted and left, but let's find out. Yeah, that's someone's discarded Ammonite. I'm sure there'll be loads like that around here. Out of the corner of my eye I can see a little fresh cliff fall here, but given that it's literally near the start of Port Mulgrave, I imagine it'll have been picked over, but it's always worth a check because you just never know. Well, there's nothing to be found, but there's also no smashed open nodules, so that probably tells me it might be the wrong bit of cliff, or maybe it just needs a good old wash through. But it was worth stopping because I found a DAC. Yes, a nice complete Dactylioceras. Nice one. There's another looking a little bit worse for wear, but an Ammonite nonetheless. I think I've come into a bit of a hot spot. Here's a doubler. Again, sea battered, but if I can get the middle out, it'll be a really nice piece. I found this one, but I'm going to leave it and maybe pick it up on the way back. It doesn't look too well preserved. But I've found another one. They're all over at the moment. Yeah, that one looks all there as well. Bit of a field day at the moment. Sure, if I walk around that way I'd have a chance of getting some fresher ones, but I'm more than happy picking up all of these warm ones. They always split quite well for people. Nothing showing in that nodule, but it's got potential. Well, so far it's turned out to be a really good day, just from the sheer amount of finds. Granted, they're all very worn ones, but I think I can prepare most of them, or at least they'll be good splitters. Well, there's something a bit different there from the DACs. A Belemite, part of the squid-like creature. Everything around this area does seem to be very worn, but that's okay. So I've just found this one, and I'm going to have a go at cracking it open on the beach. It doesn't look like one of the singly soft ones, so I'd rather give it a go now rather than taking it back up. You never quite know though. yeah, it obliterated. So I've saved me carrying that little bit up. Right, I'm going to have a good old scan around this bay here. If you go further around you'd get to staves, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look here and then walk back and maybe look at the right hand side. This ammonite on the floor here has been worn down so much that it's actually exposed all the calcite. Pretty cool. And here is another beach prepped Dactylioceras wedged within these two sandstone boulders, probably brought in by the tide. Pretty cool. Prepped by the ocean. There's a huge piece of wood, nice seam eroding out of this big old shale slab here. Not quite jet quality, unfortunately. Well, this one certainly has potential to be a really good fossil. There's a nice big Dactylioceras semislatum on the inside of it. I'm hoping it's well preserved, it looks like it. Let's see if I can get my chisel in, and if it'll be kind to us and give us a good split. Well, it's popped, but has it popped well? That's the question. Let's reveal it. That's not too bad. It was calcified in the middle though. Let me wet it and I'll make a decision. So it's just whether I take it back or not, 'cause it's obviously not perfect, but it's not terrible either. So I've left that one on a rock. If anyone comes by, it's on the left side of Port Mulgrave, but it'll probably get washed away overnight. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that subscribe button and give the video a like. Thank you. There is a little baby seal there, or at least a young one. I'm going to walk well away from it so I don't disturb it. He must have only just pulled up there for a rest because I didn't see him on the way round. But let's leave him to it. Hopefully he has a good rest and nobody else disturbs him. Is it going to be a whole one, or is it one I ditched on the way round? Oh yes, that is a beauty. I can only apologise for the wind. I'm sure it sounds terrible, but there's nothing much I can do about it. I'm literally in Dak heaven right now. There just seems to be so many of these worn ones around, which must have eroded out of these cliffs. Just the middle, not really worth taking. Making his way to the right side of Port Mulgrave. Looks like there's plenty of people out on the first beach, so I think I'll be avoiding that section and walking further around. Having a look around the further right hand side of Port now, and I've come across two nodules. Now there's nothing showing in this one, but it is worth a tap. Probably will be an empty one. And I've got another one with a definite ammonite inside. I'm going to pop it, or at least try and reveal more of it. Let's have a look at the flat one first. empty. Next. Probably worth taking back and revealing a bit more. A few more taps and I revealed the actual middle. Just needs this rock taken away, so I'll take it back now. Well, that's come out really nice. It's a Dactyloceros gracile, I think, with a few shells, and there's also one washed up underneath it. Looks like I might have to take the wheel back though because it's damaged. That's everything for today's video. I'm gonna start making my way back now. The wind is getting up a little bit. Hopefully you've all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all on the next one. I'm heading back up the cliff now. Hopefully you've all enjoyed today's video. That's the way I'm going. We've had some good finds today, lots of Dactyloceros and that really nice Eleganticeros piece. I'll see you all on the next video.